What if the most dangerous person in your life smiled at you every single morning and you never suspected a thing? In the quiet industrial town of Lübeck, West Germany, in 1987, neighbors described Karl Heinrich Voss as a polite, well-dressed accountant who kept his hedges trimmed and always tipped his hat. He attended church. He helped carry groceries for elderly widows. By every surface measure, he was completely unremarkable. But behind that carefully constructed mask, investigators would later discover a man who had methodically planned, executed, and concealed crimes so calculated that even seasoned homicide detectives were visibly shaken.
This is the true story of Karl Heinrich Voss. Karl Heinrich Voss was born on March 14, 1946, in post-war Hamburg. By all accounts, his childhood was unremarkable. Average grades, few close friends. Classmates described him simply as quiet, precise, and obsessively organized. By his early 30s, he had built the picture-perfect life. A steady position at a regional accounting firm, a modest but immaculate home on Kirchenweigstrasse, and a reputation as a dependable, trustworthy man. Yet beneath that surface, Voss had been living a secret, compartmentalized existence for nearly a decade. Every smile was calculated. Every kindness was performed. It began with a missing persons report. On October 9th, 1988, the family of 47-year-old Werner Falk, a business associate of Voss, reported him missing after he failed to return from a routine meeting about financial documents. His car was found 3 kilometers from Voss's home, keys still in the ignition, briefcase undisturbed. Local police initially classified it as a voluntary disappearance. That assumption would cost investigators 14 critical months. It wasn't until December 1989 when a second man, 63-year-old retired civil engineer Klaus Bremer, vanished under nearly identical circumstances, that investigators began to connect the cases. Both men had been clients of Voss's accounting firm. Both had trusted him with sensitive financial documents. Both had recently uncovered significant discrepancies in accounts Voss managed. Voss had been running a long-term embezzlement operation for 11 years, siphoning funds from elderly clients, small businesses, and private estates, totaling an estimated 1.2 million Deutsche Marks. When Werner Falk confronted him with evidence, Voss calmly invited him to a private meeting to resolve the matter. Falk was never seen again. Cases like these are rarely broken by dramatic confessions. They are broken by the smallest details. A forensic review of Voss's property uncovered a single hardware store receipt dated October 10, 1988, one day after Falk's disappearance. It was for 40 kilograms of quicklime, industrial-grade shovels, and heavy-gauge plastic sheeting, purchased in cash 30 kilometers away. Ground-penetrating radar surveys of a rural property Voss had once leased revealed the remains of Werner Falk. Klaus Brenner's remains were found nearby 3 days later. Karl Heinrich Voss was arrested at his home at 6:47 a.m. on March 7, 1990. Neighbors reported he was wearing his coat as if he had been expecting them. During the arrest, Voss showed no emotion. He straightened his coat collar, picked up his briefcase, and walked calmly to the police vehicle. The trial of Karl Heinrich Voss opened at the Hamburg Regional Criminal Court in September 1991. After 6 weeks of testimony, he was found guilty on 2 counts of first-degree murder, 11 counts of financial fraud, and 1 count of criminal conspiracy. He was sentenced to life imprisonment with a minimum term of 22 years. Karl Heinrich Voss died in prison in 2009. He never expressed remorse. He never explained why. The families of Werner Falk and Klaus Bremer never received the answers they sought. Karl Heinrich Voss was not a monster who lived in the shadows. He was a monster who lived in the light, perfectly camouflaged, because we have taught ourselves that monsters look different from us. The most dangerous predator is always the one you never thought to look for. And that is perhaps the most chilling reality of all.